Possession Island in the Torres Strait. However, there are reports it was not even on Possession Island, but rather the log entry was retconned in later, long after he left the continent. Australia is a lie, built on a foundation of lies so deeply embedded in its soul that they pollute all the nation is. Imagine constructing a building on a warped, bent, crumbling foundation. It leads to a building that can barely stand, out of shape and broken before it is completed. That is Australian history. You can see the warping on every wall, every corner, every window of Australia. You can't fix something when its foundation is faulty. All you can do is tear it down and build it again. Back in 1992, with the High Court's Mabo decision, terra nullius, a declaration that some say was never made until it was convenient to enforce it retroactively, was overturned, and for the first time Australian law acknowledged that Aboriginal people lived on this continent before 1788, before 1770, before 1606, the first confirmed European sighting of the continent, and then and now have ownership rights and connection to land. Terra nullius was never true in Australia. It was in fact a lie. The courts did not render it untrue by their decision. Rather, they declared it to have always been false. We were not suddenly here. We always have been. Many still hold the delusional belief that colonisers, convicts and troopers from Britain were the first people to land on Australia, even people who know it can't be true. We hear them constantly with their cries of, "We were here first," aimed at more recent immigrants, as if there is any difference between migrants and other migrants. Terra nullius was overturned, was declared to never have been true in law. It's time to overturn terra nullius in the hearts and minds of the people. This is perhaps my duty, my work, my calling, not to end terra nullius on my own, even imagining I could would be arrogant. Rather, I must do what I can to change how this country sees itself. I cannot destroy the lies on my own. All I can do is put 2 cents on top of the pile and hope other people can build more on top. My task is to do whatever I can to tell the truth. Perhaps I can help build a new foundation the country needs, one based on respect for the sovereignty of Indigenous people. Can you feel it? The truth rippling under the nation's skin? Can you hear the sound of gunshots and boots echoing down through time? I can feel it. I can hear it. I can see it. Some of it at least. In my father's eyes, in the banksias, peppermint trees, white sand and grey stone of my country. In the heart of the land, in the voice of the wind, in the stories of Aboriginal survivors of the invasion, in the Indigenous art on gallery walls, in the Aboriginal music on my car stereo. I can see it in the red dirt of the centre, in the tree ferns of the Alps, in the sand of the beaches, the billabongs of the Riverina and the tropics, and in the eyes of the people. It's there, in the scars on my country, in the bones of my grandfather, who I don't remember because he died when I was only a baby, in the history of my family, our fates so profoundly altered by Australia's arrival on our country. It's always there, right down into my bones. Think you know Australia? Think you know the history? Most of what you think you know is a lie. The lies were told because if you knew the truth, you might no longer support the colony. The lies you were told because those lies serve the colony. Think you know history? It's there, right there in your bones, in the bones of history. You just need to know how to listen.